What's up, guys? Before we start today's video, I would like to say that we just hit 50 subscribers on the channel, so yep, celebrate that. It's also my 90th video, so yep, yeah. Anyways, enjoy the video. Yep. What is it, guys? Today we'll be previewing round 8 of the NRL season, ANZAC Round. To get into it, the Warriors and the Titans open up on the Anzac Day, not the traditional game because the Storm don't want to travel down to New Zealand. Bloody hell. Anyway, the Warriors coming off a disappointing loss, but the Titans have been pretty impressive. The only change to this game, well, actually there's two. KK bowls out for the Warriors and Dylan Walker comes in, which sees, I believe, Zion, I don't know his first name, or his last name, coming to the side. Yeah, I think the Warriors are the better team. It's in New Zealand. There are a lot of things pointing in the Warriors' big win. I think the Titans, they've been better the last 3 weeks. I think the Warriors will still win though, 30-12. I think after a strong start from the Titans. Second game, the Roosters play an away game against the Dragons. This could be an upset. So the change for this is Michaeli Ravalawa drops out for the Dragons. Tuapoloti was there last week. Jack Bird comes into the side, and Zach Lomax goes to the wing. Dominic Young returns for the Roosters, as does Sam Walker. This is a game that I could see going either way. Both times these two played last year, it was a cracking game. The Anzac Day game was excellent. The Roosters won a great game, and the Dragons, they scored that infamous try. The Roosters win 24-22, thriller. And then the most boring game of the 3 on Anzac Day, the Storm and the Roosters, the Rabbitohs. Everyone will be asleep by the time this game's on. I don't really have to look at the team lists to decide who's going to win, because it's quite obvious, I think, if you have a bit of a brain. The Rabbitohs have never won at Amy Park. Yeah, the Storm are winning 40-6. The Rabbitohs suck. The first and the only game on Friday sees the Eagles travel down to Four Pines Park to take on the Sea Eagles. The Eagles coming off a disappointing loss to the Dolphins. They were good for about 50 minutes, and then they fell asleep. And then Manly, their defense was bad, but their attack was great last week. So Mike Seaver returns for the Eagles. Ethan Sanders makes his debut. There's a lot of raps on him. I don't think there's any other changes for either team. Brendan Hands comes onto the bench for the Eagles. Last time these two played, men skipped out to a 14-0 lead, and the Eagles, they came back and they won a thrilling game. It's a really high quality game. I didn't really watch it, but it seems like a really high quality game. But things have changed. The Eagles have no Mitch Moses like they did last time. And this is at Brookvale. And I think Manly should win. Unfortunately, Manly should win. I think they'll win comfortably. I think Manly win 32-16. The first game on Saturday sees the Broncos travel down to Campbelltown Sports Stadium. I'll have a more in-depth review of this game, maybe out tomorrow. But for the Tigers, or the Broncos, Ezra Mam and Selwyn Cobbo drop out. Junior Tupou drops out for the Tigers due to a foot injury, which sees Solomon Alamalo, that's how you pronounce his name, makes his debut. But for the Broncos, Adam Reynolds, Payne Haas, and Brendan Piacora all return. And but we're a Tigers channel. Up the Tigers, we're gonna break this is what I call the Campbelltown curse. We're gonna win 17-16. calling it Tigers win 17-16. Second game on the Saturday seems the Panthers travel up to Townsville to take on the Cowboys. There is some good news for Panthers fans. They've already had enough in most years. Nathan Cleary and Taylor May return for Penrith. I think that's it. I don't think there's another change for either team. But Griffin Neame will be starting for the Cowboys. Cowboys very disappointing last week. Penrith, they definitely won at their best. They were nowhere near their best. They shouldn't have won by 16 points. They should have won by a bit less. The game was closer than the scoreline suggests. Yeah, I think the Panthers are going to win this one. I think the Panthers will win 26-12. I think the Cowboys will start pretty well, but Penrith will, just run them down, I guess. First game on the Sunday sees the Dolphins take on the Newcastle Knights. David Armstrong, I believe this is his debut. I've heard of him before. I think he's like 23, so he's not young, but he's not old, is what I'll say. I don't think there's much change for either team. Just surprising. Well, other than, for the Knights, I think Jack Hetherington, Tom Jenkins and Ponga are all out. And Dane Gagai comes in and for some reason is the captain. I know he's the most experienced player, but I don't think having a centre as your captain is a good idea. Not something I approve of. Just off Gagai being the captain, I think you almost have to go to the Dolphins. And I think the Dolphins, they should win. They're the better team at the moment. Maybe not as a whole, but the Knights are just in a terrible state at the moment. Yeah. The Dolphins win 28-12, I think. Yeah, Newcastle's start becomes even worse. The last game sees the the Raiders take on the Sharks in Canberra. Very interesting game. Jamal Fogarty is out, as is Braden Trindle for the Sharks, which these things a bit more interesting actually. These halves combos are going to look pretty weird. So Ethan Strange and Kyo Weeks, two halves I would consider more running halves. And Daniel Atkinson, I believe this is his debut. I don't know if there's any other changes, except there is a change I can see on the bench. Royce Hunt is on the bench, as is Emery Gula for the Raiders. This game was played a month ago at Shark Park. The Raiders are up 18-0, and then the Sharks just pretty much ran over the top of them, I guess. And Sione Katoa back from a suspension. Last game of the round, and I think it'll be a really good one. I think it'll be a thriller. These games in Canberra between these two have always been pretty close, and I think the Raiders will get off to a good enough start, and I think they're going to win this game 22-20. We'll do 24-20. In the last game, we have the Bulldogs against the Bye. And it's going to be relatively close. I mean, the Bye have been good the last few weeks. The Bulldogs won 31-30. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Lest we forget.